Fishing brew presents, a day at Yzerfontein and Dassen Island. Yzerfontein is a small harbour town on the west coast of South Africa, situated about 90 kilometres north of Cape Town. The history of Yzerfontein is closely tied to the broader history of the Western Cape region. Here is an overview of the historical development of Yzerfontein. Indigenous inhabitants. Before European arrival, the area around Yzerfontein was inhabited by the indigenous Khoikhoi people. These hunter-gatherer communities had a rich cultural history in the region. European exploration. The European presence in the Western Cape began in the 15th century with the arrival of Portuguese explorers. However, significant European settlement and colonization occurred during the 17th century when the Dutch established a refreshment station at the Cape of Good Hope to provide supplies to ships travelling to the Dutch East Indies. Dutch and British rule. The Dutch East India Company established a settlement in Cape Town in 1652. Over time, the Dutch and later the British exerted control over the region. The area around Yzerfontein would have been used for agriculture and grazing. 19th century. Yzerfontein, like many coastal areas, played a role in maritime activities during the 19th century. The development of the town was likely influenced by fishing trade and the establishment of small farms. 20th century. Yzerfontein continued to be a small, relatively isolated community throughout much of the 20th century. Fishing and agriculture were likely the primary economic activities. The town remained somewhat remote, with limited infrastructure. Late 20th century and beyond, with improved transportation and infrastructure, Yzerfontein began to see growth, especially as a destination for tourism and holiday homes. The town's coastal location and natural beauty attracted people seeking a quieter lifestyle away from the urban centres. Economic activities. Today, Yzerfontein's economy is diverse, with activities such as fishing, tourism, and agriculture contributing to the local economy. The town is known for its picturesque beaches, Finbo's indigenous vegetation, and the West Coast National Park. Conservation and development. The area around Yzerfontein has become a focus for conservation efforts, with initiatives to protect the unique flora and fauna of the West Coast. Balancing development with environmental preservation has been a key consideration for the town's ongoing growth. In summary, Yzerfontein's history reflects the broader patterns of European colonization, economic activities such as fishing and agriculture, and the more recent development of the town as a tourist destination along the scenic west coast of South Africa. Yellowtail Seriola lalandi is a popular game fish in South Africa, and Yzerfontein, located on the west coast, offers opportunities for yellowtail fishing. Here are some tips and information for yellowtail fishing in the Yzerfontein area. Best time for yellowtail fishing. Yellowtail can be caught year-round, but the best time for yellowtail fishing in Yzerfontein is generally during the warmer months, from late spring to early autumn. Yellowtail are known to be more active in warmer water temperatures. Fishing techniques. Yellowtail can be caught using a variety of techniques. Some popular methods include trolling. Use lures or bait behind a slow-moving boat. This method is effective for covering a larger area. Jigging. Vertical jigging with metal jigs can be productive, especially when yellowtail are feeding near the bottom. Live bait fishing. Yellowtail are known to respond well to live bait such as mackerel or small bonito. Use live bait fish under a float or free line. Fishing locations. Identify productive fishing locations based on local knowledge, advice from experienced anglers, or guidance from fishing charters. Yellowtail are often found near reefs, drop-offs, and underwater structures. Yzerfontein's coastal features. Explore the coastal features of Yzerfontein, including rocky areas, reefs, and underwater structures, as these can be prime locations for yellowtail fishing. Pay attention to depth changes and underwater contours. Local regulations. Always be aware of and adhere to local fishing regulations and catch limits. Ensure that you have the necessary fishing permits and practice ethical and sustainable fishing. Charter services. Consider hiring a local fishing charter service. Experienced guides can provide valuable insights into the best yellowtail fishing spots, techniques, and safety measures. Tackle and equipment. Equip yourself with the appropriate tackle and gear for yellowtail fishing. This may include medium to heavy spinning or conventional tackle, depending on the fishing method you choose. Weather and sea conditions. Monitor weather and sea conditions before heading out for a fishing trip. Yellowtail fishing can be influenced by factors such as wind currents and water temperature. Always prioritize safety and responsible fishing practices. If possible, connect with local anglers or fishing communities in Yzerfontein for the latest information and tips on yellowtail fishing in the area. Conditions and regulations can change, so staying informed is key to a successful and enjoyable fishing experience.